Oh,
starting transmission.
I mean nuts. Jeez.
You guys all right? We will have people start filtering in here in a few minutes, so just a heads up. We're live, but we've got a starting soon, so we're just gonna wait for just a few minutes.
Okay.
As some people start to join us.
Okay.
So feel free to chat,
Okay. I'm still trying to add these up. That's what I'm trying to do.
Why did all those pop back up?
What do you? They're still there, John?
Not the deals, but all the from whatever the testing and stuff is on the chat. I thought that was going to go away because I refreshed everything.
Huh. Refresh chat. There we go. They should go away now. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Well, I just don't want it to be on there. Everybody, welcome to the chat room.
Chat settings. Seeing if I can clear chat. Did it clear?
I don't know.
Oh, it's cleared for non-moderators, John.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Cleared for non-moderators.
What?
I said I'm a moderator.
You are a moderator.
I just don't know how to do it.
You are a moderator. Why wouldn't I make you a moderator?
I don't know. I guess I could because I can go in and change stuff if I really wanted to log in.
Yeah.
Starting soon.
Hopefully we have some people start to join us. Starting soon. We're just going to be here and chit-chat around a little bit. I lost. Oh, there it is. There's one person in here, and I think it's John. Maybe.
Well, I know I'm on there. I just said hello in the chat. But I haven't even got a notification. Oh, Mom says she can hear you. Or she can hear me. So, I guess what? Mom, hello, Mom. She texted me.
Briefings, baby mama. First time chat viewer in Newland. Clint Crockett, there he is. There he is, Clint. Good old Clint.
Clint.
From that bodega. Hey, Manny.
What's up,
Sorry
Manny?
Sorry to scare you out there, Manny. We were doing some testing earlier and everything, so somebody hates our bot. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, don't spam with all caps. It's not nice.
Yeah,
we're just waiting.
I think that's your son.
I think it is too. Yeah. We are just waiting just a minute or so.
Thank you for the happy 100 episodes.
Yeah, thanks, man. That came from Manny, and did I see one from Clint?
Hey, happy. Yeah, Clint did too.
Oh, Clint did too. There it is. Hey, happy 100. Yeah. So, few people in here. We are. We'll give it just another minute. And we'll get started. We are excited to get this thing going. Because, why not, right?
Yeah, why not?
Who in the chat's ready for episode 100?
Me? Oh, I'm not in the chat. But...
Michael, you are in the chat. You said something a while ago, Michael. Oh,
no, I didn't.
That's Dad. Sorry, I read that wrong. It's
yeah,
New
Dad
Senior. Sorry.
Yeah.
I read that wrong.
The first time chat was Dad.
Yeah.
So Mom and Dad I know Dad's in the chat, so I guess they went under his, but Mom said she was listening, so they're there.
All right.
Hi.
You guys ready?
We'll see you here in a little bit.
Let's go.
Go
with it.
Let's go.
Welcome to the Toy Rewind Podcast.
with your hosts, the Brothers Newland. Now, let's talk toys.
And this week we're not going to listen to the whole thing. It is a rather
All right.
long. It is rather long.
Yeah. It just keeps playing
Michael,
and playing.
I kind of broke it off. You got to start this whole thing, Michael. You're over here.
All right. Well, hello, everybody, to episode 100. I am Michael.
I'm John.
And I'm Andrew, and we together are the Brothers Newland. And this is just a little podcast where we like to get together and talk about the toy lines that we grew up with, how those toys became toys, how they ended up in our households, all that good stuff. This week, as you guys all know, we're not really talking about one specific toy line, but we were going to talk about a bunch of toy lines. So we're going to rewind way far back to all kinds of stuff. But we also have some giveaways. We have some fun stuff that we're going to do. I know you guys are here, I promise. But if I look over here, it's because I got something on. I got to do giveaways over here. So I'm not ignoring, I promise. What do we want to... Oh, John, you got to do your thing. Yeah, you're over there.
Ooh, my
You're
thing.
He didn't
I
even bring it
say-
up. He's like not even paying it. This is normal, John. Come on.
No, we were doing so much other stuff.
We've been talking about
but
this
yeah,
forever.
we've been talking about it for a long time to get it ready. But give me 1 second. Let me get this pulled up, and then we can go for it. Where to find us, of course, is where I'm going to always start. Check our website out over at toyrewindpodcast.com or crossthestreamsmedia.com. If you're on Cross the Streams Media, you can click on there on the little microphone emblem and leave us a voicemail. We'd love to hear them. Email us at toyrewindpodcast@gmail.com. Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch is all Toy Rewind Pod. Facebook, YouTube is Toy Rewind Podcast. Think we need to... No, that's on there. Yeah, Twitch is on there. So hopefully y'all found us on Twitch since you're watching us. And we're all good there. And then if you'd like to, when we're doing our podcast, you can always go to podcastbingo.com/Toy Rewind. Play a little bingo game as you're doing it. You know, everyone's going to be interacting with us on this one since we are live. So,
Yeah, we're gonna hopefully have some interaction from you guys.
right? Hoping.
So that is we want you guys to follow our socials because that's where we kind of get all the stuff out. People are like going crazy over here. I think it's my kids too. I don't even know. They're just going crazy. So we're gonna do a lot of stuff. We got, like I said, we got giveaways. We got things we're gonna just talk about, the podcast, and everything like that. So hold on, we're gonna get going. We are gonna start with a giveaway though. We're gonna get one going. John, you have yours ready?
I do. Do you want me to show it or?
Yeah, show it. That's what we got.
Okay.
That's what we're here for. You got to show it.
So I have a pop here that we're going to give away. The cheetah from Wonder Woman 84. It's still in box. Box is in good condition. Everything.
This entry is going. We just started it. So to enter, all you have to do is in the chat over on StreamYard, do exclamation point Newland, all lowercase, exclamation point NEWLAND. That'll enter you in, and in about 10 minutes or so, we'll do a giveaway on that. So I'll try to keep an eye out over it on the thing, and we're gonna go with we're gonna rewind real quick. So everybody, hold on. Okay, so we're going to do our first question that we have. We kind of came up with some questions. If you have a question that you want to know and you're in our chat, drop it in the chat. We will try to add it to the thing. But we have like 7 or 8 questions that we kind of came up with just to kind of talk about the podcast. So we're going to start with the hardest one that I think for all 3 of us. And that question is, what is your favorite toy line that we've talked about? So we've talked about 98 of them. And I think this is, for me, this is one of the hardest ones. I mean, I have a few that are on here that I know are up at the top of the list, but picking one This is kind of hard. What do you guys? Was it hard for you guys?
Not really. No,
It's pretty easy for
mine
Michael.
was pretty easy. Pretty easy to
I think
figure out.
mine came out because this one you're talking about just the ones we talked about.
Yes.
Okay, yeah,
Just
mine was pretty
just
easy.
the
on
ones that
this
we
one.
talked about.
Yeah, yeah, mine were pretty easy. So you want us to go ahead and answer the question now? Is that what it
Yeah,
is?
yeah. Well, let's start answering the question.
All right. So, well, I see Clint's already guessed what. Yeah, mine is the Hot Wheels and then Transformers. They're kind of tied up there, both of them. But yeah, so those are my two favorite all-time lines. Anyway, so we've talked about my two favorite already. So yeah.
So we've talked about your two, Hot Wheels and Transformers. But I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. So we've talked about those. John, what is it? Where's yours at?
Mine would actually be Andrews' is Turtles, so he's got that right. Oh, come on, Clint, because the one I like the most is the one that Clint was on with us. So it's the NES. But that is my downfall into the gaming and stuff and everything. So
I mean, that was all of our downfalls. So yeah, that was a good episode. Not even just trying to give Clint any qualms there. We have fun. Me and Clint have fun.
It
going
was
back and
it was a
forth.
fun episode with Clint. Yes.
It was a fun episode. We talked a lot about just the Nintendo, talking stories about the games that we played. The actual game that we played during that episode I thought it was a lot of fun. I don't know who all really liked it, but we are getting some questions from Manny too that we're gonna have to add in here, so that's great. Mine, yes, I will say Turtles is there. That is up there. It's gonna be number one, number two. With Legos, those are the two that really reflected my childhood. The two things that I played with the most. Probably played more with Legos than I did Turtles because I did those for so long. But since we started the podcast, Turtles have definitely taken on a whole different section of my collection here. So getting the original Turtle line and doing all that. So Legos and Turtles are going to be my close 1-2, and it's going to change on any given day. So yeah, that's where mine is. Anybody in the chat have one that they really liked that we talked about? We all know Clint's favorite was, I wrote it down here, episode 35. We talked about the NES. Oh no!
By the way, I think Joey just joined in.
I was about to say, did y'all see Joey just joined us? Our fourth brother has arrived.
Hey Joey, what's up?
So hard to argue with Legos. Yes, you're right, Clint. So those are the ones that we really liked. What else we have here? What is the other question? We do have.
Well, one thing going back to that question, I don't know if you guys asked your wives. I asked Rainey what her favorite was, and hers that we've talked about so far is Cabbage Patch. Was hers. That was, she said it was a big thing of her childhood too. Yeah. So I asked her all these questions and got answers from her. So
yeah, I didn't ask Bryony, but I can tell you that her favorite line that we talked about is going to be American Girl dolls. She still has one around here, one of them around here somewhere. I don't know what it's at.
Polly Pocket for Megan.
Megan's would be Polly Pocket, and
Polly Pocket
I have
for Megan, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. I got like 5 of these sitting around. So over here now, since everything is in my new office.
John, you got to get some Mighty Maxes in there.
Yeah, that'd be something to look for. And then I have the mini Turtles one too. So.
Yeah. So Joey and Clint are both here. They are the yin and yang of each other, apparently. And Manny says his favorite toy line for when he was younger was Transformers. So Manny, I think you and Michael y'all would just like, yeah. I mean, I think we'd all get along great, but y'all are like together on that. So,
right.
By the way, we still have our contest. It should still be running. I don't know if that. Yeah, you got like 4 more minutes. Exclamation point Newland, all lowercase, NEWLAND. That'll enter you in to win the cheetah. The cheetah pop that John has. Clint, your daughters would be Barbie.
Yes.
That episode is a good episode. Mom was on with us. So I think they're watching on. Are you guys, Mom and Dad, watching on the TV?
I think
they're probably watching on the big TV.
Yeah, they got the big TV.
Okay.
Yeah.
We did get the story from Mom about how her brothers burned her Barbie in the oven
Cooked
during
it.
that episode.
Cooked it in the
Cooked,
oven. Yeah.
cooked it in the oven. It's a whole different thing, Clint, about getting baked. But that was a fun story to hear. We've heard it for years, but Mom she went off, told us the whole story. It was really good. So,
Yeah. There was
let's
more to
see.
it than what I had heard in the past. So yeah, we got
Yeah,
even more story to that. So
yeah, there
you
definitely
have to tune
was
into that
more
to get
to
that
that
whole.
one.
Yeah, you have to tune into that to get that whole story.
And that was episode 8. Just we're gonna drop episode numbers here too, just every once in a while.
Yeah.
Episode 8. So I should have the links up and I can drop them in the chat for you guys to see. But yeah, Manny. Okay, Mom, Dad, if you guys can answer,
I'm not really sure about that.
how fast does a Barbie burn in the oven? If you get Manny, we'll keep an eye on the chat if they come back and they let us know. But we'll get back to that one. Michael, I think this is going to be a hard one for you.
Okay.
What toy line did you learn the most about?
Oh,
Being our professor, I think you probably learned a lot about a lot of them. So
I did. Yeah. I mean, there was so much history on some of these that just being just somebody who knows about toys and stuff, but there's so much backstory to all this that you don't even know. I'm going back to the history of the 12-inch GI Joe, how Hasbro came up with that. That was interesting. Going further back into how Hasbro kind of reflected on Bandai, and then Bandai ended up going back to Hasbro with the toy lines and stuff, because Bandai borrowed stuff from Hasbro uh, back in the 60s, and then it all came back around back to Hasbro borrowing stuff from Bandai or Takara and all that from the 80s, going back and forth between the American market and the Japanese market, in between the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Just stuff going back and forth. Some toy companies borrowing stuff from other toy companies and renaming them. And Transformers, they were all Takara stuff that just got renamed when Hasbro started all that. So it's I think that's the coolest thing in researching all this is seeing how everything kind of intertwines throughout the years on some of that stuff. So
yeah, so that was kind of crazy. Like with everything that they had going on. Yeah, John, what about you? What did you learn the most about?
What did I learn the most about? Toys.
Just toys.
John learned how
kinda,
to be a collector.
how to be. Yeah, that's where I was going with that. Was how to be a collector, and finally found some stuff that I was interested in. Finally got a place where I could actually put stuff more than anything. But yeah, it was just getting to those certain items that really brought in. Oh, I really wish I had some of those, which we ended up with. So I've got some of the Supernaturals, Cops and Crooks. So just brought in multiple different ones, but really learned how to actually be a collector. And no, Manny, I didn't collect when I was a kid. I destroyed.
Yeah, we have another one that we're going to talk about in a minute. I can't even beefing baby mama. I don't even know. I can't even pronounce it. I kept pulling a winner, and it kept going to Toy Rewind because I forgot to put the space when I made the comment while ago, and I got 3 entries. So ignore the chat where it's got a bunch of stuff there about Toy Rewind winning. We'll get with you the one that was on there. We have some more giveaways that we're going to do here in a few minutes. The toy line that I learned the most about, and I was looking at this, I think it's going to be interesting. This is a very interesting word. It's the Ronin Warriors. I got to say, I remember we talked a lot, and I think a lot of that came up. That was episode 38, and we had we had the Average Nerds. It was Jorge and Dave from the Average Nerds on that episode, and so that I think because we had them on and they collected, we got a lot of information there from them. It wasn't just Michael giving us the information that he found or anything that we had. It was an actual somebody else coming on and giving us some stuff. So, and I think that was the one that we had. We've had like 11 different guests on over the last 100 episodes, and that's the one that I didn't have as much information on. Couldn't remember things about it. It was a little bit newer line for us, and so yeah, I think that's just the one that I learned the most about. Pretty interesting line. I learned that we didn't know how to pronounce anything in the Godzilla episode, but that was way after when Aaron got onto us. So
Yeah, well, he's definitely corrected us on the pronunciation on Japanese stuff. Yeah. So thanks, Aaron. Shout out to you for correcting us.
okay, so Joey says my favorite episode is the one where everyone made fun of Clint. So all of our episodes are his favorite because we like to mess with Clint. Clint, okay, I gotta say, just so this is out there, Clint's a great guy and he takes our fun and runs with it. So yeah, we only had 11 guests, and I actually I guess it was only 10 guests or 10 episodes that we had different guests because we had the STS guys on twice. So you count them 11 plus there's 4 of them, so it's like there's a bunch there. I can't even count. I can't count, Clint. Don't make me count tonight. We had a question from Manny just a second ago. Since you all grew up collecting, was there any jealousy between your collecting, or did you get all the same toy as to not fight? So with that, John kind of answered that. So John didn't collect until we started doing the podcast, and it was probably 10, 11 episodes in before John actually got anything.
Yep.
And started
I think we kind of joked about it a little bit, then finally, and then he got the bug, and yeah, it took a few episodes into it that he started to pick up stuff. So
yeah, so we've got that. Michael collected. You started collecting in the late '90s, Michael? Early '90s?
Early '90s on my diecast. Yeah, and as far as being jealous of each other's, I don't think so because we all collect different things. The majority, 90% of mine is diecast cars. I have some Transformers and a few other things here and there, but then Andrew's got all his Batman related stuff, some Voltron stuff. A lot of his is Funko items. And then John, he got into it. His is kind of strange, oddball things like Willow and Beetlejuice and stuff like that.
All the strange stuff.
Dragon type, fantasy type stuff like that. He's into. So, but all three of us collect differently. So yeah. So
I would say the one thing that I know Michael has some Funkos, and I have some Hot Wheels. John, do you have any Hot Wheels?
I do have a couple of Hot Wheels.
You have a couple of Hot Wheels, and you have a couple of Funkos. So those are probably the two lines that we have, but our fandoms don't really cross that much. John's there's a few little things like we all like Zelda, we all like that, but John's like got the Beetlejuice and the Monopoly Funkos. Michael's like Superman, and then some random ones like. Did you get the Goonies, the new Goonies, Michael?
Yeah, I've got most of them. I'm still missing a couple of them on my Funkos, but yeah, I've got some of that stuff, and I got some Back to the Future stuff as well.
My Funkos are all they're all pretty much Batman. I've got a few here and there that aren't, but they are 99% Batman. And then since we started, well, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the turtle stuff started, even though I like turtles and I had all those, collected them when we were little, like the ones I have now are definitely ones that I've gotten since we started the podcast. Thanks to Joey, by the way, for getting that going. Clint just asked, do we collect anything besides toys? Like wives or houses? Like what else can you collect besides toys? I guess baseball cards. John collects
Uh,
beer. Oh,
I've got
pools.
probably
Is that
about 12 tap handles
tap handles. There you go.
that I somehow
I've,
started collecting being in
Yeah.
the restaurant business.
I've got some sports cards, mostly baseball and some auto racing cards, NASCAR and stuff like that. But I haven't bought any of that stuff in years since the last time I bought any of those cards. But other than anything else, I did collect at one time while they were all coming out. Let me see if I still have one around here. Yeah, these little M&M topper things. I got quite a few of those, but you don't see those anymore. So
Michael,
they don't produce those. But other than that, I don't have
Joey
anything
just
else.
mentioned that he thought about you at SDCC every time he got rejected from the Mattel booth trying to get Hot Wheels. Yeah. We don't collect shoes. I forgot that's a thing that you can collect.
No.
Sorry, Joey. None of us are shoe people. That's why we had you, Joey, and Nate on to talk about shoes, because we don't, I like Chuck
Yeah.
Taylors.
I got one pair of tennis shoes, one pair of work shoes, and a pair of sandals. That's it.
So
Oh,
Dad mentioned on there, Andrew started with Lego, and then now he's saying that Michael has life-size non-running cars.
I like that they're non-running.
Yeah,
So
they're not running.
Yeah.
One of one. So, yeah.
Joey, I collect rocks in my backyard now, or my front yard since it's no-scaped. But that's about it. And yes, I am forgiven. Don't worry, I am forgiven. I've forgiven myself for you, so don't worry. All right, we got another question. Another question here. Where'd my questions go? I lost them. Oh, this is a good one. Least favorite toy line that we've talked about.
We know Michael's. Michael's would be Furby, wouldn't it?
I don't think Michael's is Furby.
No, it's
like that's the creepiest one, but the least favorite. I don't think that's the
what was that one we talked about that I just hated? Give me a second. Go ahead, John, and answer yours. Let me think of what that one was.
Well, mine's going to be a couple of the last two that we talked about, and it's the little digital pets. So
both of them, the Gigapets and the Tamagotchis.
Yeah, just put them together because I just don't like them.
Basically the same thing. Michael's looking back at them. I can tell you mine. Mine's RoboForce. We talked about it decently early, and those toys sucked.
Right.
They even tried to make some. They tried to re-release them not that long ago, and I guess a couple of them through. I don't know if that was who did that. I saw it, but yeah, I got no love for that line. They were just horrible. Manny enjoyed the Furbies. That was a fun episode, I thought, with the Furbies. It was very annoying, but it was a fun episode. We like to pick on Michael. By the way, Michael can't collect shoes. His shoes are all like size 14s. They're expensive.
No, they're 13s. They're 13s. So the one I think I liked the least that I just hated, was it Star Yours that I just kept bashing on? I think it was Star Yours that I didn't like at all.
Yours.
Yeah, that just not. Yeah, we
that one and Crystar, RoboForce was just awful.
Just not fun. RoboForce is just not fun.
It's just like these little robot shaped things with suction cups. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, what time is it? It is 9:20. Sorry, 9. I can't even. 7:26 here. We're 26 minutes in. You guys ready to talk about another one of our giveaways?
Sure.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right, I got to get it set up. Michael, let's do yours.
Okay. You want to do mine?
Yep.
All right. Mine's a big one here. I've got this. Of course, it has to be a car. I don't know if you see it by the glare. It is a time machine. Let me get, and it's got lights. Yeah, there you go. Lights up, and this is from 1/24 scale time machine DeLorean. It is the one where he's going from the movie, the outdoor movie thing, going into the screen, and he ends up back in 1885, and
Yep.
has right in the middle of the Cowboys and Indians that's going. Um, so
we're gonna get
yes,
this one going. This is gonna be another one that's exclamation point Newland. So we're gonna get that one going. Get it going. It's thinking. As that's
Guess you
going,
can see that.
yes. So I do. Manny just asked another question. Do you guys all try to collect the toys, or did you all try to collect the toys from the cereal promotions as kids? What's the giveaway doing here? I remember getting
Yeah,
the
we
toys.
got quite a few toys.
I don't think we tried to collect the like whole series out of the deal. We were just glad to get the toys and have something different to play with.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I don't remember collecting them. Yeah, like John said, we just got them and played with them, and then they got lost or tore up or destroyed
There
or
we
something.
go.
Yeah.
You get 10
Yeah.
minutes to enter that contest for the 1/24 scale DeLorean time machine from Jada. Remember that is exclamation point Newland. Just like that, Joey. You know how to make it happen. All right. Let's see. Where we at? Oh, yeah. I don't remember collecting them, but we did get them. We played with them, had fun with them. They usually ended up in the bottom of our toy boxes. That we all
Yeah.
had. Didn't we all had a toy box? Weren't there 3 of them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had
Um,
three toys. I think we had one big one, and each of us had a smaller one. And I
Yeah,
still
so
got
we-
mine. Mine's still back here behind me.
Is it painted?
Yeah, it's a like a tan color, beige color.
So that's the one that I had filled with Legos, I think, at one point.
Yeah, it's got a lot of modeling paint on top of it too.
Yeah. So that
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
filled
so
with
we
Legos
used
at
Well, I
one
think we
point.
did a lot of models on top
Yeah.
of it. But
Yeah.
what
there's lots
happened to
of
the
stuff
others?
you probably have to ask mom and dad.
Oh, Dad?
I don't know what happened to them. So we've got another question. Oh, this is a good one. This goes back to like what Joey and Clint were talking about earlier. Who's your favorite guest? Who's your favorite guest that we had on? I'm gonna run through the list. Before we talk about this. Joey was on. He was on with us on the Mask episode. He also joined us for a collector showcase. Him and Nate came and talked about
Nate.
shoes on the collector showcase.
Right.
Damien from Geek Together was on with us when we talked about Motu, episode 20. Sully was on with us on episode 23 where we talked about Transformers, the G1 line. Clint was on with us on episode 35 where we talked about Nintendo, the NES. Mom joined us for episode 8, our first guest, episode 8 where we talked about Barbie. Larry joined us for episode 18. We talked about WWF Superstars. Also, the STS guys. So it was all 4 of them for episode 48, where we talked about the 3.5-inch line of G.I. Joe. And then 3 of them, we missed out on having Scott on for episode 29 when we talked about the 12-inch line of G.I. Joe.
He was out sick. He was out sick.
He was out sick.
We did make sure that we did the 3-inch line with him because remember he came on and told us the story of him getting the USS flag.
Yeah, the
Yes.
flag.
So he was on for that. Jorge and Dave from at the time Jorge was still with the Average Nerd, even though he's since left them. They came on for episode 38. We talked about Ronin Warriors, and then we had Dwayne from. See. 3 beers and a mic? I think he's 3 beers and a mic.
Yeah, he
From
does
Across the
3 beers
Streams
in the mic.
Media.
Oh.
Came on in episode
Mhm.
68 where we talked about Mego Eagle Force. And then Aaron came on episode 80 when we talked about the Trash Bag Bunch. And Aaron is from Front Row Negative. Also with Cross Streams Media. Also should mention that the Dorksmen were on Cross Streams Media with us also. And the STS guys are on Cross Streams Media. So you should all go check out Cross Streams Media. There's your plug. Even though
That's
none
it.
of them have joined us to say hi, there's the plug. So those are all of our guests. Oh, we also had Christina on. She was on for a showcase. We talked about making toys.
hmm
And then who's
We
your
had
guy that was on, Michael?
David Kiley, who's a champion DJK on YouTube,
That's right.
Facebook, and Instagram, all that. So that's champion DJK. He is a big Hot Wheel or diecast collector. Like me, he loves the Auto World line. I do too. So he came on and helped and showed us his collection, and we talked about collecting diecasts and stuff like that too. So
That's right. Oh, and Joey just corrected me. He was also on Barnyard Commandos. I
yes.
just missed that. I guess when I was looking through, I forgot you were on that one, Joey. I'm sorry. Again, I have forgiven myself, so you don't have to worry about it. So who was your favorite guest? Who was your favorite guest to have on?
Me, I think my favorite. Mom was great for our first guest. I actually got to sit. We sat side by side. We did it from their house. But the other guys, I think I enjoyed talking Transformers with Sully. That was a
Yeah.
lot of fun. Clint was fun, hilarious for the NES. Joey's has always been great. Let's see, and then having Larry on, and then he does our does Larry Have It segment as well. So
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. He kind of has a Joey. You were talking about how many times you were on and who wins. Larry has been on so many times because he sends us those voicemails with does Larry have it? And so I mean that's so much fun. I gotta give him that.
Yeah.
John, who is your favorite?
So I'll start with Mom because I did enjoy doing that, just like Michael said. But I think that it is Mom. So, but out of all the others and with all the content, again, I go back to Clint with the NES. I thought that was a great episode, and we had fun with it. We had fun with the game and everything. So I'd have to put him up there, and say it was just Clint.
Clint was a great guest. I will say that. Joey was a great guest. I love that. Larry was a great guest.
All great guests.
They've all been great guests. I will have to say Mom also, and I love the fact that we were new in doing podcasts, and we were like, we got to have Mom on. Like we immediately were like, we got to have Mom on for the Barbie story and to talk about Barbies because and it was just like immediate. Like we knew we had to do that. And she came on with absolutely no experience with being on podcasts at all and did a great job, chatted with us. And it was a lot of I think it helped us a lot. So that I will go with Mom. When Damien was on, we had a lot of fun talking about Motu. And I think that was our longest episode.
I think so. Yeah.
Was with Damien because he could talk a lot. It's
him and Sully. The Sully was pretty long too. With Transformers was such a big line anyway that we talked about. So just so many different things and the different years and releases, and same way with the Motu stuff. Yeah.
So, but I'll have to go. I think all of our guests have been great, and hope to have some more over the next year as we're ramp up to episode 150. So, and no, Damien was not my boss at the time when. No, he was not. I was still worried. He was technically my boss's boss, but I'm being directed at Andrew. What? Clint's talking to me. Sorry, Clint. I wasn't looking at that. He was not my guest, or he was not my boss at the time when he was our guest. He was just there. So, let's see.
Manny, we just talked about the G1. We will get to G2 and the all the others series later. We just talked G1. But yeah, I agree with you. G1 and G2 are the best out of all the Transformers.
Larry is not a cheater. Larry's a great guy. Don't call Larry a cheater. And we do have. This just reminded me as we talked about Larry. We have a voicemail that I'm downloading it now. We'll play it in a second. While I do that, we have just a little bit longer for our current giveaway that we've got. But we're gonna go to our next question, which is, what is your all-time favorite toy line? Even if we haven't talked about it, all-time favorite toy line.
My all-time favorite is Hot Wheels and Transformers. I think. Let's see. I know we've got some good stuff coming up, and I meant to look at that, but I keep forgetting to look. So coming up, I don't know what all. I mean, there's some good stuff. I know we're kind of looking forward to ET coming up because there's so many things that Rainey has in her collection that that we can show off. I know she's excited for us to come to talk about that as well. Being a huge ET fan. There's so much. I know I got a lot of history going into the Matchbox, Lesney Matchbox diecast cars. Let's see, what else is coming? I'm looking at this. We got Evel Knievel on there. We do have some more video games coming on there as well, like the Super Nintendo. We've got ColecoVision. The Commodore 64 is on our list too, so that's something that's on there.
Oh no!
No, that would be pretty cool. That we've got coming up is also, and I see that Battlestar Galactica would be pretty cool too.
I see that.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Hey.
Hi.
Ben has joined us for a moment, for a few minutes.
Hello, guys.
Congratulations.
Congratulations on what's that?
Are you just walking around your house?
I'm actually in the middle of bath time for my daughter, so
we're a PG episode, so be careful.
Absolutely, that's why I'm out in the hallway versus in the actual bathroom. Congratulations, guys, on 100. That's amazing.
Well, thank you.
Our goal is to get to 200. Our first goal was to get to 100. We've made that, so now we've made it 200.
Yeah.
So my question is, I actually have a question for you guys.
Okay.
And you're already addressing it, but I'm curious, how many episodes do you already have planned ahead? Because I know Andrew has a whole list of episodes. You guys are talking about ET. By the way, I better be invited for the Super Nintendo episode. But you guys are talking about all these you already have. How far in advance are you already planned? Do you already have episode 150 planned?
We have. Is there 80 more episodes on the list, Michael?
Holy crap.
I think right now I've got another 80. Yeah, the list I've got here, I've got at least another 82
like 80
items.
82.
So we don't have it. We don't have it set. The only thing we really have set is somewhere around the Halloween type stuff.
Yeah.
In October, and what else? We do board games around New Year's.
Nice.
That's something we've been doing the last couple years. And the first of the year, yeah, that's New Year's, and then we'll talk something. We do have our random Happy Meal toy segments too that we do. I think we have one or two more.
Yeah.
And we had talked about doing, and we kind of hit it up on last week's episode when we kind of talked about the different decades and stuff like that. Probably just kind of narrowing that down, just toys of the 50s, toys of the 60s, toys of the 70s. Something like that, but we kind of went through most of that all at once last week. But
wow,
maybe pinpoint those decades a little better coming up. So that's something we were kind of brainstorming a couple weeks ago on that.
For just toy lines, we have at least another 80.
Wow.
In the books as to like what we're gonna do. So
200 is within reach on a planning standpoint, which is fantastic.
Yeah. Easy.
Very cool.
I was gonna say the best part is like Funko isn't even on the list. So there's little things that we could go in and talk about just them and add another 20 episodes. So yeah,
easy.
200's easy. So
awesome.
What's cool about it is when you're
able to put up with each other. So.
Well, you guys have done it for 30, 40 years. You'll be okay.
We could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. what's cool about this is when you're researching one toy line, another one gets mentioned, and so you say, "Oh, I don't have that on a list," and it kind of snowballs. You get more and more as you go doing your research and stuff, and it's so it's pretty cool looking back at that history. Is what I've enjoyed the most out of all this.
It's not Clint. It's not dealing with each other or whatever. I think the biggest thing I need to figure out how to do over the next 100 episodes is stick to one office or one location. Maybe one state. Because that's another thing that I've collected. How many states have I been in since we started recording? And it's 3.
Well,
I've been in 3 different states. So, and I've been in like 5 different houses. So, we'll get there eventually.
Fingers crossed, at least. Jeez.
Yeah.
I'm here for a good amount of time at least. So yeah, we should be.
Yeah. Excellent.
Well, thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Well, again, guys, congratulations. I hope you know 100 is nothing to sneeze at. I appreciate it, and we look forward to what's next.
As far as I'm concerned, 7 is nothing to sneeze at. So hey.
Well, you've only done a few more than that, so you're good to go.
Yeah. Thanks.
All right, guys.
We'll be in touch about SNES, man.
Sounds good. Later, guys.
Bye.
Thanks, Clint. Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, Clint.
Manny asked if we're going to put marbles on the list.
Marbles?
Manny, I wanted to talk about Pet Rock, and John and Michael wouldn't let me.
Well, marbles can be classified in our classic toys that we have on here, which has Play-Doh, Etch-a-Sketch, Speak and Spell, Light Bright, Slinky, Cap Gun, Rubik's Cube, and Viewmaster. So we can put marbles on that list too.
See, yeah, I guess marbles would go there.
Yeah. If we don't lose our marbles before then.
Manny was right. Clint has access to every stream that anybody does. If you're anywhere associated with Cross the Streams Media or almost Nerd Unite, Clint's there. He's around somewhere. So all right, we have a giveaway. It's done. I gotta find it. Here it is. All right, you guys ready to find out who won this?
Yeah.
You want to show it again, Michael?
Oh yeah.
I hit the wrong one. Here. Sorry. Here we go. We're gonna pick a winner, and the winner is. All right, we're gonna do this again. Manny.
All right, Manny.
Manny gets it. Look at that. Congratulations, Manny. Oh, smack, it's me. That's right, Manny. It's you.
This is a cool piece. I like these. I've got 3 out of the 4. Somehow I ended up with 2 of this one. So, but yeah, you have the original Back to the Future. You have Back to the Future 2 where the wheels fold up and hover mode. Back to the Future 3 with the train wheels. That's the one I'm missing. And then you got this one with the dish wheels like that. So yeah, they're cool pieces and they're pretty detailed. They've got a lot of stuff on it and they light up like they're actually going back in time. So yeah, Manny, you'll like this. It's a pretty cool piece.
Okay, Manny, Michael will get with you on getting that to you. And we are going to start the next giveaway. And this one is it's a TMNT villain batch. They're all Funko sodas. So we've got Rocksteady. None of these are chases, sadly. We've got Rocksteady. We've got Baxter Stockman. And we've got a Shredder. All of these, they are amazing. Just happen to be some duplicates that I have. So we're going to get this one started. So your entry, same one. It's !Newland. We're going to get that one started. Oh, that one started right away, unlike the other one that decided to goof up and take forever. So, yeah, these are some sodas. I'll drink them all right now. And Manny, I think I already opened them and I sniffed them. What?
So can I sign up for those?
You need to. Yeah, I mean, we'll see who enters. !Newland, and we'll have that one going too. All right, and then with that, let's get to another one. Upcoming toy line that you guys are excited about. I need to open this episode list and kind of glance through them a little bit.
I'm looking forward the Nintendo 64 is going to be kind of fun to talk about. Like I said, E.T. and the Evil Knievel is on there as well. One I'm really looking forward is like Battlestar Galactica, because I kind of enjoyed doing the Star Trek one when we did it. So that, Conan, that's a Remco item. Remco is always interesting. Doing something from them or doing something from Mego, just the kind of the oddball stuff that those companies do is pretty cool. So, but yeah, there's a bunch on here. There's Mego superheroes. We'll talk about those. We even got Shrinky Dinks on here too. So
Yeah, Shrinky Dinks are on there.
Mm-hmm.
John, you got one that you're interested in?
I am Beetlejuice.
I should have remembered
that
it was gonna be Beetlejuice for you.
So that's the one I'm looking forward to. And the good thing is I actually have multiple, different of the ones already that I've got in.
And
I've got
that's
a few more
coming
to get,
up.
But I've got
that's one of our Halloween ones. So
One of our Octobers, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A little something on that, but that's what I'm looking forward to. Is one that I actually liked as a kid, and then I guess now that I'm a collector and was able to be like, hey, I can actually put these on the shelf and enjoy them. So, but I've got multiples to show off.
I am just looking through the list, and the first one that pops up in my head, Action Jackson. Jackson. That line, I think it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot like those G.I. Joe lines, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun to talk about. But then the other one here, which we have it listed as possibly having one of the guys from the Movie Gap on with us, but it'll be interesting talking about Bible Man, the toy line that they did with this show from the 90s. Mom and Dad will remember Bible Man, but it'll be fun. The Back to the Future toys, we got that on here. We have the American Wrestling Association from Remco. Like every single one of these toy lines just looks like fun. We've done the big ones.
I just noticed. I noticed Big Jim is on there. That
Big Jim is on
there. What is it? The tiger from Big Jim ended up becoming for Motu.
Yeah, he's right over here.
So it's kind of cool seeing some of these that got reused as other lines. Yeah, there you go. So
he looks a lot better in green.
Yeah, food fighters and guts are a couple more on here that I see that are really interesting. Yeah,
those will be fun. Like you said, Shrinky Dinks. This is it. This is the one because I just saw it and I missed it a while ago. Street Sharks.
Oh, yeah, Street Sharks. Yeah.
That toy line is another one that branched out of TMNT because it was a mutated animal at the time, and it's been great. Like the Street Sharks was so much fun. So that one will be. I need to put that at the top of the line. John, did you just highlight Wuzzles?
Yeah, Wuzzles. I was like, oh, this one. We all know the Wuzzles.
Everybody knows. We all know.
I'll be looking for that one.
There's
more Galoob. There so many. I got to tell you, like there's. I'm just gonna count these while we're here. 82.
Yeah,
82
that's
something
what I
toy
thought
lines
was on
here.
there. 82.
So yeah, we got a lot to talk about. So hopefully everybody's enjoying these. Remember, if you want to enter the contest, it's !Newland.
Yeah, here's another one that we're going to come up talk about. It's got multiple stuff on it. It's Fisher Price. They got the xylophone, record player, Weeble. Well, we talked about Weeble Wobbles. Little People we haven't talked about yet. They had a little play desk. They have a TV. You wind it up and it plays a little thing that spins around on front of the TV. A little scene. So that's another. It's got a group of different kind of toys in that one little group.
Yeah.
Here's one we kind of spoke about last week. Pogs is on there.
Pogs is on there. Yeah. That was another
Yeah.
fun. We just came up last week as we were talking about stuff, but it's on there, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all right, let's. What do we have? Where's our other question? I keep losing our questions. I apologize. John, this one came from you. This is the one you asked earlier that you wanted to add. What has the podcast cost you? What has this podcast cost you?
Really, the only thing I've added that's extra from the podcast is my and I have it back there, my mask Firefly piece, and then I just got this in. That's going to be part of my Motoring Mondays. I'm going to do an episode on this, so if you guys watch
yes.
the YouTube channel. So I'm just going to do things that have motors or whatever in them. So this has got a little thing. We talked about Starcom a few weeks ago, and I picked this up. The box is in really, really great shape. The back's kind of got a little crease there where the thing lit, but the thing's not even, it's unpunched. So it is open. Because I saw when I bought it, it had pictures of everything, but everything's in there. But yeah, I'll do a video on this too. It's pretty cool. And then I'll do one as well on my Firefly mask vehicle over there too. So really, that's the only two extra things I've bought for the podcast. Everything else is kind of what I collect anyway. No, I take that back. We've done these mystery stuff, and we've got some mystery stuff.
That was
These
an eBay
blind
purchase, right,
bag.
Michael?
What, the Starcom? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that off of eBay. But we got a few blind bag stuff is what we like to check out. We haven't had a chance to do one here lately, but I've got all these sitting here ready to be done. We just needed time for all of us to get together and do that. So that's
John?
that's the little extra stuff that we spent.
John, what's
that
your
I've
answer on
spent.
this one?
It's cost me a good bit. I mean, I had no collectibles.
Everything.
And yeah, I've got a lot of stuff. I mean, I've gone and bought multiples of the older ones and stuff. You can kind of see the hologram in this one if you get the light on it.
Mm-hmm.
From the Supernaturals, I got 3 of their figures because I just love the holograms on them.
Yeah.
I do not have any of the other ones, but I wish I did. For the Visionaries, I still need to look into those. But yeah, I've got
You also
a
have
lot.
your cops. Don't you have the cops one?
Yes,
From
I
Cops
do
and
have
Folks?
Highway.
Yeah, Highway.
He's up there. I still need to get some snaps or some caps to put into the deal and drop it.
Yeah.
We need to look see that. And I've got Turtles. I've got all the Beetlejuice. I've got,
got
a lot of Ghostbusters.
Your super
I've ended up with all these
powers.
So,
Yes.
yeah, he's up on the shelf. A little too far for me to get.
What did you have, John?
Which one?
Your
I've got
superpowers.
It's
It's not Red Tornado. I always think it's Red Tornado.
no, it's not. Which one is that? That's Michael.
Who is that, Michael? What's his name?
If you wouldn't ask me, I could have told you.
Yeah, that's why I'm like you
Oh
asked.
Lordy. Yeah. I'm trying
if
to
anyone
think
else
what
knows
his
in the
name.
chat.
I know his name. I just can't spit it out. But
Is
yeah,
he one
we've
of the
got
new ones that are out.
no, they hadn't had a new line.
I got
new
the
one come
Penguin.
out for that one.
Like he keeps losing his tails, but I got Penguin. I will say, I mean, most of my stuff was things that, like Michael, I was already collecting a lot of the Funko stuff, all the Batmans. Some of the things got added to it. Like I started collecting different things that weren't just Funko, which was a lot of fun. But I will say, thanks to Joey, who sent me this guy, this Donatello in a jacket. Joey sent me him, and it was after we talked about the Turtles, and I had kind of started to look at him some more, but after having him, everything blew up. Now I've got the entire 88 line with all the original Turtles, all right here. I've got the vehicles, I've got the motorcycle, I bought the wagon, the power van. April, I got so many of them, and I've got a list of all of them. I'm trying to get all of them. I want to get them all. So thanks to Joey for that. That Joey is why I forgave myself twice, because you did that to me. But past that, I mean, most of the other stuff I had was things I was already collecting. I just kind of branched out and started getting different kinds of Batman stuff. I did get the superpowers, but I got Batman and the Batwing. I mean, those are things I would have probably ended up getting anyways. So I don't know. Lots of fun there. We have one more question, I think. This is just a fun one. Before we wrap up, we still have to do our other giveaway. Before we wrap up, we have this last question.
Oh.
What figure or what toy are you looking that you want? What are you looking for that you really, really want to have?
Say that again.
And there's
What figure?
What toy?
What figure, what toy that you really, really want to have that you would love to have?
I would like to have an original Megatron.
Yeah. That Manny's right. This is a tough question, but Michael's right out of the gate. Original Megatron. John?
The Ebrisk from Willow.
Okay. I have got about 4 of them, and it's all different figures from the turtle line. And they're the 4 turtles from the monsters when they did the mashup with the Universal monsters. Saw one the other day at Mile High and a Mile High comic book store, and it was $1,000. So yeah, that's not gonna happen, or at least not until the kids are out of college. So Manny used to have a Megatron and a Shockwave. There you go, Michael.
Nice.
Speaking of,
Clint just said the
I just
artwork,
picked up
the My Tiny Ghost.
I just picked up this Soundwave for my studio series. I hate the
You've got most of those
glare
now,
on
don't you?
this. No, I'm missing a lot of them. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
There it is. So say I've had a glare on my face the whole time, Michael. It's all good.
I've got about 20 of them, I think, right now, out of the close to 100 of them that are out. So, yeah. So I don't have as many as you think I do.
Our giveaway froze on me for a second. It is over. We didn't have nobody entered. Nobody wanted the sodas. They probably already have them. Everybody that's here probably already has them.
Probably.
Dang, I should have entered.
Manny, that NECA line, the NECA Turtles monster line is freaking amazing. I just don't have room for all the NECA ones that I would love to have. I just don't have. I'm trying to get all these original turtles. So, anything else you guys want to talk about the podcast? Like, it's been a great 2 years.
Yeah.
This is
You
really
guys-
our 2-year anniversary, which is not because we're about a month behind because we missed some stuff. But it's kind of our 2-year anniversary. We try to do 50 episodes a year. So, what were you gonna say, Mike?
I guess what toy line what toy company have we talked more lines of about? Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know which company we talked the most about
Out
of all the toy companies we've talked about?
It's not Mattel. It's not what you would think. It's not like Mattel. Remco?
Tyco?
No, we've talked about
I don't know.
close to about 26 different toy companies.
It's not Galoob.
No. What did you say first? Tyco?
That's
We've
a
done. Where's Tyco? We've done three lines for Tyco.
Okay.
You said
26, so it's not
Mattel. We've talked about 9 different Mattel lines. Glue.
reason
We've done 3. We've done 3 lines for glue.
Mattel is because Mattel bought everybody, so we end up talking about them eventually, almost every episode. Did you?
Yeah,
Who
they
did you
did.
say on for? I've lost my brain now. I'm gonna look at our list because we have some of these listed on here. Remco. Who did you say on Remco? How many?
We've done four lines on Remco so far.
Hasbro.
Hasbro is the most we've talked about.
That
12.
makes
I've got
sense.
12 lines marked on here.
Me,
Because
we've
you
done-
said,
I just said Mattel. Yeah. How about Mego?
yeah,
Mego, we've done 4. Let's see. So Kenner is next with 8, or actually it's Kenner with 8, Mattel 9, and Hasbro is 12 is what we've got on there. So, and actually,
it's not-
now Kenner's kind of part of Hasbro now. So
We went
Right.
through this whole line where we added a whole bunch of Remco. That's why I was thinking Remco was going to be high.
no, we put a bunch of them all in a row, kind of, sort of, is what happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and it was
Um,
late. We didn't have any much of that earlier enough. So, yeah, I mean, it's, and also like, something that's cool that I've learned doing this research is how these toy companies kind of ended up with, like Kenner now is under the Hasbro line.
Right.
Hasbro. Galoob is, under Hasbro. It's just kind of how they kind of absorb each other. I think Hasbro probably absorbed most everybody because unless it's Mattel line,
those two seem to be buying everybody.
Yeah, tacos and all them. Something else we've kind of talked about is these companies. What happens to them? A lot of these companies went bankrupt. Stuff like that, and a lot of the legal aspects we've kind of touched here and there on those guys. LJN, when they had some issues with their water guns that looked real, and a lot of that legal issues with that.
They seem to put all of their money into like one line, and it goes bust, and that's it. Like Remco did with Dukes of Hazzard. That was their last line, and
or Mego.
Or it was Amigo with Dukes of Hazzard.
Yes, Dukes of Hazzard, and then they also had the Dukes of Hazzard, and Star Trek, the motion picture, was some of the last things they tried, last ditch effort to try to do something, and it didn't work out. It's just crazy how some of this stuff they try, and it just, they're already so far in the hole, it's not going to help none.
What's the best toy company that we've talked about?
I like Kenner. I like stuff from Kenner. So
Playmates.
Playmate?
I'm talking about my 2 favorite lines. Transformers, that's Hasbro. Hot Wheels is Mattel, but Kenner's got some pretty cool stuff. That have they got this Star Wars. Star Wars is in it.
That's the biggest
Kenner
one
is
for
like, they're the goat. They got away with giving kids empty boxes for Christmas. I mean, what other toy line got away with that? Nobody. Nobody's even tried it. They're like, yeah, we're not that good. They're like the Tom Brady of toy lines. And now they're old, and somebody else owns them.
Yeah. Another thing that I've enjoyed that I had fun doing with you guys. I know we're trying to wrap it up, but when we did our episode 4 with Star Wars, we were all at Mom and Dad's, and we did it all together in the same room doing that. I know we were just getting started. That was episode 4, but that was probably one of my favorite memories of doing the last 100 episodes is being there with you guys.
Why were we all together? Was that when I was between Denver and Montana?
You would come down for a late Christmas.
Or maybe that's what it was.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Okay.
Our Christmas
in
February.
I remember us doing it. Yeah, I remember us doing it. I just couldn't remember. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I did not enjoy editing that one. That was back when I did more edits. Now I don't really edit much.
Don't worry.
I just kind of chop stuff, and we're good. So, but yeah, this has been a lot of fun for me. I've enjoyed it. I can't wait to continue to keep going, and just the interactions we've had from people. I couldn't find that voicemail from. I thought we got a voicemail from Ed, but maybe it was just a tweet. I can't find it. I can't remember what I had. So
I thought we had a couple of voicemails. I thought, but maybe
I
maybe it was
logged on.
just
I
one.
couldn't find any. So I don't know. We will be back in maybe a week or so. I think we're going to take a week off, at least a week off, and then or maybe it's in a couple weeks we're taking a week off. I don't remember. Some point John has to go travel somewhere.
I think we got a month, and then
we
John's
got a
going
month
to be
before I
gone.
do that.
Oh, okay.
So,
So we'll
but
be back next.
definitely-
We'll be back next week.
Oh, Clint wants to know who our dream guest would be. The Larry segment is not going anywhere. Don't worry, Larry's there. It's not going anywhere. Dream guest for me, and this is one not really a dream guest. We're just trying to get all the things worked out. But we talked about Smurfs, and we're going to talk about Smurfs again with a guest. I will let you try to figure out who that may be, and we'll just leave it at that. John Michael, dream guest.
Larry Hama.
Larry Hama. That would be amazing. I mean,
Yeah, that
anybody
would
know
be.
Larry Hama? Anybody help us out? Let's just tweet at him, Michael. I don't know. Does he
Yeah,
have
I'll
Twitter?
do that. I don't
How old
know.
is he at this point?
He's in his 60s or 70s, something like that. He's pretty up there. But
Maybe
he had
he'll
to
figure it out.
do with G.I. Joe and Motu and stuff like that. He had his hand in all that kind of stuff for the Marvel side of the comic books is what he did. So
That's right.
Dream
John.
guest, I really don't. I don't have an answer for that one, but I know someone in the chat mentioned some of the swagging stuff that we've had throughout the stuff because they mentioned the sign above me, which we all three have, thanks to our mom and dad that made those. And of course, we've all got the shirts, all different shirts and stuff. I've still got some, but I've got the pins.
Oh.
So we've done different things.
Actually, stickers. I have stickers.
Stickers, yeah, we've got stickers, pins, and I would say if anyone wants, you can hit me up on Twitter and send me your address, and I will actually mail you a pin, and we get some stickers to y'all for joining in with us.
Yeah.
Just to say thank y'all for joining us as we did this for our 100th episode. So
Yeah, we do appreciate all the people that listen every week. We know it's not an episode or not a podcast where you have to listen every week, and so it's like hit or miss when people want to listen, if they want to learn something. So we appreciate all those listens. So
that's something the idea was when we got this. It's not an episode, it's not a podcast that you have to listen to every week. You can just kind of pick and choose what toy lines that you like that we've talked about that you can join in and listen to us. You don't have to listen to every one. That's something that was part of the ideal when we came up with this. There are people.
yeah.
I know Ed is probably our biggest fan out there, and Aaron. I know he listens to every episode.
I don't know where Aaron gets the time. He listens to all of our episodes, and he so many.
He does it while he's at work, I think. So
He should work while he's at work.
I think that's why. Yeah. But yeah, it's so I wonder how Ed gets all what he does because he listens to everybody's and he watches all these shows and movies and I don't know, Ed, you're gonna have to tell us your secret on that. But yeah, I think those guys. We got a big shout out to the Dorksmen that helped us get going with Clint and Joey. Appreciate that. We just kind of threw this thing together and it ended up sticking, and here we are 100 episodes later.
Yep. Manny, we're gonna get you a pen. John, get the pen to Michael. Michael can send it off to Manny when he ships him his Back to the Future.
Actually have a pen here, so I've got one for him.
Already got you there.
It's already
Clint,
it's already there, ready to go. Yeah.
Whenever whenever you decide to hang out with me, let me know, and I'll get you a pen. So we won't have to mail those. Well, one of them's already been mailed because you got bigger stuff. So we'll get you guys taken care of. With that, anything else you guys want to add?
Just to
No.
say thank you for everyone for listening, as we've been doing for the last, I think, 10 minutes or so.
Joey wants to see 100 more episodes. We're going to give those to you, Joey, and then I'm going to give you a pop quiz to make sure you've listened to all of them.
Yeah.
I want to do, we've done this a couple times in our episodes. We've done it without actually officially doing it, but shout out to Mom and Dad for all the support over the last 2 years of us doing this. They've been great. They've making signs for us like John has hung up over there. Mine is right over here. You just can't see it on screen. Michael's is in the background there. We got beanies. They've all kinds of stuff that we get. And it's their Christmas presents that they get us. And so shout out to Mom and Dad for all the support. Been doing this
Shout out to our wives.
Shout out to our wives. Our cups, John.
Rainey, Megan, Bryony. They've supported us as well. Rainey she always wears t-shirt. She's got a bag that she carries with her everywhere. She uses it like a purse, but it's got our logo on it. So yeah, it's been great having their support as well.
Yep. So thanks to everybody. Thanks for all that. And with that, on behalf of the Brothers Newland at the Toy Rewind podcast, play on.
You've been listening to the Toy Rewind podcast. Follow and join in the conversations at toyrewindpodcast.com.